Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This week I am going to be delving into a new game called They Die Tomorrow. As you can see, I am an official content creator for the game. So we are going to be going through, first of all, the tutorial. We'll be looking at the different lore behind the game, different ways to find killers. We'll be looking at the different items that we can use to find evidence, the different evidence that we can find. I'll be explaining mementos and how we can use the tools that we are given in the game. There's going to be a whole series of videos on They Die Tomorrow, so if you want to see more about the game, please click that subscribe button, and if you like the video, give it a like too. We'll see you in there, okay guys? Okay everyone, so this is the main menu of the game, the starting menu. I think you'll all agree that it is appropriately creepy. We're going to be doing lots of gameplay tutorials over on twitch.tv/RobOG7. I go live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Indo-China time, which is GMT plus 7. But right now, for the very first video that we're making, we're going to go straight to the tutorial. Okay, now in this tutorial, we are not going to get hunted, we're not going to get stabbed. The outside doors will not close and trap you. This is purely just a tutorial, right? It's similar to other games. Now on the table over here we have a whole array of fascinating items, some of which you may have seen before, similar things. Most of them you probably haven't, right? So why don't we get straight into this and pull up our journal. Now in the tutorial we are given a few different sections. First of all, starting out. So welcome to the game They Die Tomorrow. The primary goal is to use your evidence items to identify the killer. Follow the guided playthrough linked to the left if this is your first time. Down in the bottom corner here, you might have noticed that we have the arrival phase. Now in the arrival phase, this allows for us to do some preparation before the killer arrives at the house. There will be no evidence that is shown, but you will get proximity hints using our magnetic detector, which is something that we'll see in just a moment. Evidence items are also not functional, so we can't go in there straight away with our evidence items until the arrival phase is over and use them. One thing that we can do, however, is use the guardian statue to delay the killer in the doorway. Now in the discovery phase, the killer has entered the building and is starting to materialize. This phase should be used for collecting evidence, behaviors and mementos from a position of relative safety. Now if we use the guardian statue in the arrival phase, that will stop the killer from hunting during the discovery phase, and it will give us much more time to look for evidence, look for clues, look for mementos without any real danger. In the third phase, the hostility phase, this is when the killer has materialized and is completely aware of your presence. Attacks are much more likely during this phase, so quickly finish your investigation and get to safety. In the fourth stage of the game, we have the resolution phase, and this is one of the most dangerous phases because it is time for the showdown between you and the future killer. The doors shut, you cannot leave, and the banishing light is fully charged. You can use this to banish the killer. The final stage of the game is the defiance phase. This is when, if we didn't banish the killer, we need to finish whatever we need to do and leave the map to get to safety. The killer will stop at nothing to try and kill you. Now, this guided playthrough is really helpful. Okay, we have the mag meter. Pick up the mag meter and a couple glow sticks. Once you do that, you can click done. Explore the house until you get a level 1 reading or higher. When that's done, it'll take you to the next page. Okay, now this is a fantastic playthrough, honestly. One of the better tutorials that I've ever seen in a horror game. So I think it would be useful for you guys to use that when you start the game. So I'm going to walk you through my typical gameplay. I'm going to take a mag meter. I'm going to take one of the glow sticks and the guardian statue. Now during the arrival phase, we are in relative safety The killer is unable to hunt. He is yet to enter the house. So I've already found readings over 1, which signifies there's some evidence around here somewhere. I'm going to drop that glow stick. We've found the newspaper already. Fantastic. That is one of our additional objectives. Just going to be sure to check all the rooms. We're going to see little boxes on the floor. Sometimes they can be kind of hidden. These are what we call mementos. Oh, we have something over here. Could be in the garage. Let's go see if the reading is stronger. But first, we're about to see some smoke at one of the doors. Voila. And this is where the killer intends to get in. So I put down my statue there. And that gives us some leeway, shall we say. The killer is now unable to hunt during the discovery phase. Now we definitely have something near this wall, either on the dining room side or the garage side. We'll come back to that. Let's find that last spot. Now here's an example of the memento. We can only pick this up once we have the memento lore finder in our hands. We'll bring that in a little bit later. You can correctly identify the killer using the lore finder, but it does come with its risks. The killer will not be happy if you take his trophies, and he will be hunting a little bit more often. But around here somewhere, kind of around this door, somewhere here. But there are my 3 spots. But why don't we go bring in some tools to help us find it? I like to bring in some different things. The UV light will help me find any blood on the floor or on the walls. Now we know that it's roughly around here. We could use the mag meter still to help us pinpoint, but just in case. Okay, that growling is not the nicest. Okay, here's our first piece of evidence. We have... So that's already going to narrow down what we're doing. So why don't we have a look at this wall? We do know that there's something around this wall, either on this side or inside the garage. That is... But it doesn't necessarily have to be writing or eyes. The killer does not like us closing the door for some reason. Not seeing anything with this right now. Okay, so maybe we have blood. I'm just going to try and check as much as I can. There we go. We have blood on the ground. This is where the murder might take place. So I go back in my journal and we're going to put down blood. So we're down to the possessed and the stalker. Okay, now I'm going to pop outside quickly so I don't get hunted. Oh, he has thrown the painting off the wall. That is one of our behaviors that we are looking for. The killer is throwing objects. So we want to note that down. So when we look at the potential killers, we can look at the different ones. Now we have either the possessed or the stalker. So the possessed, we are looking for gun or knives. That means I need to take in a metal detector. Stalker, we have wall writing or wall eyes. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be the gun. So why don't we take in one of these? In the hostility phase, we can get hunted. And the last thing I want to take in is a memento finder. Because now I want to start picking up the different mementos and showing you how we can use them to also detect the killer. So it's analysing an old family photo. Where was it? It was upstairs, wasn't it? It was around here. Metals, absolutely. We are finding metals, but we just have to look around. There we go. We have a gun. And that means we've narrowed down to the possessed, and now we're being hunted by the killer. The possessed killer. So, unlike other games, you are pretty much unable to hide from the killer here. So but the killer will change directions if he senses he can get to you. Pick up another one right now, and that means that now I have an old family photo. Part of the picture is torn off. The victim is next to a family member that seems violent and prone to great feats of strength. So we're looking for a key word there that will tell us one of the traits, and that one being strong. Okay, we have more thrown objects down here. So now we have to go around finding the other mementos, because we're gonna get money for it. We're gonna get money for finding the mementos. The family scrapbook had the family had normal lives until something changed. An ominous person in the later photo seems forlorn, almost heartbroken. Okay, so let's keep hunting. Again, we're seeing great feats of strength. So we're gonna have 5 mementos. 2 are gonna say one thing, 2 are gonna say another, and the 5th one is what's gonna tell us the last trait that will tell us type of killer. So we're still searching for that last. Oh, we have fingerprints seen. There we go, that is an observed behavior. Okay, we need to be quick to get away here. Why don't we head through to the garage and loop around the car? Right, past the blood. Hopefully we're not going to add to it. You can see that red light coming. We just want to make sure we keep an eye on him, because he will double back. In medium and hard mode, the hunts will last a lot longer, trust me. It's a very intelligent killer, shall we say. Okay, here we have the jealous type. So again, it confirms that we have the possessed. Now let's find that last memento and get out of town. Have we noticed any obvious ones? Nothing in the living room. Now upstairs there are not many options of looping, so we cannot get stuck up here for too long, but there we go. So let's grab that, get back downstairs to where we know that we're relatively safe. Okay, I like to stand somewhere over here behind the couches, just because I know I can loop around there. We only have a few more seconds for resolution. We didn't get to use the banishing light, but we could have. Okay, there we go. Jealous again. There we have it. We have successfully completed the mission. We have found that our killer is the possessed. There was blood, there was speech, crying, there was a gun. We only found 2 of the behaviors, but we can find more. We'll do another video on different types of behaviors and how we can find them. And we have all the mementos. So I think that was a pretty successful hunt for us there, guys. Okay, there we go. Benjamin King was saved by anonymous heroes. This guy here. We were able to correctly identify the killer as the possessed. We got all the mementos, that's $25, $12 survival bonus. We didn't get anything for difficulty because it was only on easy. And we got $15 for the newspaper objective, which brings us to a total of $97, which I believe for this map on easy is the maximum amount of money. So there you have it, guys. A first sneak peek at They Die Tomorrow, and our first gameplay tutorial that is coming to YouTube. For one of many. It's the first of many. I hope you had a lot of fun. I certainly am having a great time. So if you haven't already, wishlist this game on Steam. Get it bought. It's fantastic. It's so much fun. It comes out on February the 25th, 2022. What can I say? It's fantastic. My name is RoboG7. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RoboG7. Let's go, you guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.